How many guys do you know that can do 10, 20 pull-ups, but they cannot for the life of them do muscle-ups? What do we say? Yeah, you've got the strength, but you haven't got the technique. What does that mean? It's pretty generic, innit? It's a cop-out. What does the technique mean? Disregarding the grip and a couple of bits, which are important, it's the timing. Timing beats speed, precision beats power. You could be the most powerful fucking dude on the planet, but if you don't have the technique, I don't give a fuck. You ain't getting above the bar, are you? So we're gonna install that technique, whether you have the power or not. So if you've got no power and no technique, at least you'll be technique ready, pre-installed. If you have the power, but you don't have the technique, I just give you the yang to your yin. And if you have the power and you have some type of technique, so you're getting above the bar, but it's a little bit fucking dirty, then I'm gonna clean that shit right up. At least 50% cleaner, and that is potentially, certainly, not definitely, but maybe guaranteed. This doesn't just apply to muscle-ups, by the way. This applies to high pull-ups in general, which if you see my last video, I go more into the power side of things. I'm not discounting the power's massive. But this, if you focus on the high pull-ups, then you're gonna get closer to muscle-ups, and you can even do it accidentally. So I've already talked about that, but I'm just saying, it's not just muscle-ups. Let's get doing some high pull-ups as well. We're gonna break it down into 3 simple, not necessarily easy, steps. Step 1, the step through. It's not a secret. People have talked about it, it's out there, but it gets glossed over. This is important information to the guys who can get above the bar, the guys who are fit across the board, let's say, and they're kipping from behind. So when I joked around saying that you can hack that momentum in half and clean it up by at least 50%, what I'm referring to is, instead of fucking looking like a buckaroo or the donkey kick, you're not allowed behind the bar anymore to start. Anything in front of the bar is fair game. So do you see what I'm saying? You've instantly took away 50% of that kip. This is the calisthenics kip, or the Cali kip, or the forward assist, or is there any other names? The step through. Like I said, the step through. It is what it says. However, we're gonna go into detail, because just saying take a bit of momentum, or even in the calisthenics version, take a bit of forward momentum, is murky. It's like giving someone directions and saying, oh, it's that way. We're gonna fucking break it down so you know the distance, you know what side of the road it's on, and where to fucking cross to avoid the angry dog or whatever. That's how detailed we're gonna be. You could say it's micromanaging, but I like to think of it as, well, it's practice, isn't it? Practicing one kick 10,000 times as opposed to 10,000 kicks once, which is the CrossFit way, isn't it? Practicing fucking everything on the planet and not exactly doing it the best. So breaking down the step through, anything in front of the bar is fair game, but it will serve you to begin with to grab hold of the bar so your feet can just about touch the floor, and take a little step back first. This is gonna allow you to get that inertia like a kettlebell swing, going back to go forward when you hike the bell. So a little half a step back, then kick through with your dominant or your working leg, and the non-working leg will almost meet that working leg anyway, naturally. So you can allow that to happen and then start enforcing it. So by bringing the legs together, pointing the toes and squeezing the legs together, you're gonna be in a hollow position, almost 45 degrees. Now, right, you can start letting go of the bar if you like. Take a fucking massive run up. Do a forward roll or a cartwheel before it and throw yourself into it. See how far you can get. Trying to get 45 degrees, fully extended, sternum's tight, right? Everything's tight, so you're in a proper hollow position. That's as far as it goes. What this simulates is the second rep when you're coming down from the muscle up. It's almost easier before you get fatigued to do the second rep because you get that forward momentum already. Or banded reps. Banded reps, you get the momentum every single time. So that's what it's simulating. Step 2A or 2 alpha. It's like, you can't be doing that. You said there was fucking 3. There is 2A, B, C, D, E, F, and then 3. Nah, there's only 3. There's 2A, B, C. Because it's all the same movement, but there's different variations, so you can progress. The very first 2A is lying down, like a lying straight arm pull down with the band and a pipe or a stick. And it's like that gym exercise, the straight arm lat pull down. This is linking up to the end of step 1. So when you're fully extended out on the front line in front of the bar, the very first thing you do is activate the scaps, isn't it? This doesn't get talked about very often. Yes, it's a bent arm movement, the muscle up and the high pull up, but you're not doing any of that if you're a good little calisthenics athlete before you've done the scap pull up, are you? So we're isolating it. Scap pull, and imagine, and not even just imagining, in this drill you're going to bring the bar, in this instance the pipe, down towards your stomach or legs, and that's what you should be envisaging when you're up on the bar. Imagine that you're not pulling yourself up above the bar, you're pulling the bar down to you. So it can help to do a few of these reps to warm up. If you want to challenge it, then put a load of fucking bands on there, but this is more about the technique than the strength at the minute. So 2B, continued. No, I'm going to say it right now. 2B, this, as far as I'm aware, is a first. I've never seen this drill before. We've been playing around with it for the past couple of months in the gym, in the muscle up class. And if I'm honest, I didn't even really know exactly why we were doing it to begin with. I just knew that it did have a place. Just didn't know exactly where it slotted in. I knew it was beneficial, but then when I took a step back after a week or two, I understood, like, that's that missing jigsaw piece. So like I said, that one on the floor that you might have seen before, this is the big boy version. Instead of using 1 or 2 bands or all the bands you've got, now you're doing it for real because you're practicing with your full body weight. When you go to do this scap swing, I'm going to call it, you just feel like a mongoloid to begin with. I've asked a few people to do it and they're like, no, I can't do it, I got nothing. But go with it, do at least 5 to 10 reps, and it'll start getting a little bit easier and a little bit smoother. So go to scap pull, but instead of just focusing on going up and down, now start going up and down, but also back and forward as well. And you can see what's happening here. So you've added on step 2 to the end of step 1, you're fully extended. Now you're initiating with the scaps, and look at the position you're in. You're in that perfect hollow position, which is teaching you how to pull from being in front of the bar, doing that clean calisthenics kip. So that's the theory behind it. In practice, right, I'm telling you, if you tried it, you'd just be like, it's not working. But that's why I'm showing you and telling you to do a few reps and try again, because you will get a bit of momentum going and it'll just click. Your body will become a bit more sophisticated and understand what you're asking it to do, and you're away then. 2C, the last one, is if it's no drama, let's say doing 3 sets of 10 and the scap swing's easy for you now, you're like, yeah, fucking mastered that, then try it from the L-sit position. I'm not going to go into all the ins and outs of why the L-sit is beneficial for the muscle up and high pull-ups. I already covered it in the last video. But if you can do the scap swings from the L-sit, it's just going to set you up nice and proper. So hollow position is great, and then that L-sit is just the hollow position on steroids, isn't it? I know you're piked, but it's complete core activation. So up and down first, and then start going a little bit forward and back, or back and forward, should I say. And that will fatigue you quickly. That's going to be more ninja than it looks. So that's step 1 and 2 covered. On to step 3. You still do step 1, you do the step through. Step 2, you do the scap swing, the scap pull with momentum. Now you've been granted permission to bend the arms. But my recommendation is, don't go fucking hell for leather straight away. Do a sub max pull. So bend the arms a bit, hardly anything at all to feel the arms helping out the back, just to get the timing. So put the timing above the power for a bit, just to try and squeeze the trigger at the right time. It's fatiguing anyway, but when you are practicing power, you're trying to leave it all out there in one hit. So if you get it wrong, you just fucking blew your wad. For what? You know, like just button bashing on the computer games where you're fighting, you've got no power left. So hold back a little bit. Try the step through, then try the scap pull / swing, and then start adding on the bent arm pull at the end, but not your max, just to try and get the rhythm. That is placing emphasis on the timing. Once you've got all them 3 down, and you'll know when you get it, because you'll have the right line, and you'll be going pretty high anyway without even trying. Now, what would it be? Step 4, go for it. Fucking add the power. Not going to go into that now because I already fucking went into it in depth, you lucky bastards, in the last video, whoever managed to endure that. But if you combine this with the last shit I said, then yeah, you're going to go through the fucking roof with a bit of time and work put in. So that's the technique. squared away. There's not much else to say on that. Yeah, that'll do. Cheers.